Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the concept of angular momentum. Now the concept of angular momentum is very weird and it is non-intuitive. That means that whatever you think about angular momentum will generally not be true in real life. So before I discuss the concept of angular momentum, before we discuss the mathematics of angular momentum, which unfortunately of course you will have to do and understand and apply in problems, I want to show you what angular momentum means in our daily lives. Okay? How do we use angular momentum in our daily lives? Is it some abstract physics concept or does it have real world applications? So supposing that one of you in the future or more of you in the future, you become filmmakers, right? And you make a huge film like Avengers. And you have a particular scene where the hero is running and you want the cameraman to be running behind the hero. Now the problem is that if the cameraman is running, holding the camera, then because of the motion of the cameraman, the camera is also going to move up and down and therefore the picture will be not of as good quality as you would like. So I want to solve this problem using angular momentum, and at the end of the chapter I will show you the mathematics behind this. Okay? So we have a device called the gimbal, and what this device does is that it makes the camera independent of the motion of the cameraman. So while the cameraman is holding the camera through this device, the cameraman can move any which way he or she likes, but the camera will not move. Okay? And I'll show you the difference between the two. Right? So in this video now, you see that the person is walking with gimbal and without the gimbal. So in the without the gimbal picture, you can see that every movement of the hand, every movement now is climbing the stairs, every movement is also recorded in the camera, whereas the one with the gimbal, you see that it absolutely is smooth. Right? Now how is this happening? How is this done? So let me show you how this gimbal operates. So all you do, this is the gimbal, right? All you do is you fix the camera on the gimbal, okay? And then you can move the gimbal any which way you want. So the guy is switching on the gimbal, and now he can move the handle any which way he wants, right? Look at the camera. The camera is absolutely super steady. It does not move at all. Right? So what is this? Is this magic, or is this just some gears and levers? No, it is more complicated than that. Inside the gimbal is something called a gyroscope. And this gyroscope is nothing but a rotating disc. It is rotating very fast. And because of its rotation, it has a property called angular momentum. And it does not want this angular momentum to change. And because this quantity, angular momentum, does not change, the orientation of the camera also does not change. Right? So let me show you what is inside the gimbal. Right? So we have a gyroscope. So the professor is making the thing go round and round, and now the professor is pointing the gyroscope in a particular direction. Okay? So this is the rotation, and now the professor will pick the whole thing up, move it every which way, and just look at the needle. Just look at the needle attached to that disc, that rotating disc. It does not go anywhere. Okay? It does not go anywhere. In fact, this is the mechanism with which they fly planes. Now they know once the gyroscope is running what is the true direction, and then they can actually fly planes according to this. So this device is there inside a plane also, and it is there inside a gimbal also. Okay? So this quantity called angular momentum is not being changed here for some reason. We'll see that reason later on. And because it is not being changed, therefore the orientation of that needle is not being changed. Therefore the orientation of the camera is not being changed.